Alright, so the aftermath of last night's flood is evident in our driveway. As you can see, we tried to build dams against an overwhelming flow of water that came down last night. Pastor Joe Fox has a video about it. You can see the height of this rut here. It's probably about 6 inches, 8 inches right there. It basically wore away all the gravel that we paid to have laid on the initial gravel. And this is our weak attempt at stemming the flow of the water. And I say weak simply because the water still flowed. But it did sort of divert it down this way. But unfortunately, when it came down this way, it started getting up under our water and across the front of our house, and that was terrifying to me. Here's my attempt to divert right here. As you can see right here, how much of that gravel washed down. It's kind of half buried, well, not half, but it started to pile up against our water storage tub right there. And that's what was kind of letting me know exactly how much force was going on here. All this happened in the dark. It was around 9:30. You see how flat the water, the plants are. They were washed down. Water was flowing all over here. It was all backed up in there. You can see the road is covered with debris. And then over here you see this wall that we kind of built with all the stuff that was getting washed downstream. This whole area, the water was over the level of the road. And that's why things like that were happening, where the road was actually, it's worse here though, the road was actually wearing away. The entire gravel. It was backed up into here and flowing across here and flowing down here, and as you can see, the channels in the road, it was wearing all that away and carrying it down to our gray water pond. So it was pretty terrifying, and it was pretty horrifying, and I felt kind of powerless until we started trying to just clear this ditch out. We were kind of just move stuff out of the way because there was all kind of debris in here, and I realized that that stump right there was in front of this pipe. And once I started to move that stump out of the way, the water that was all backing up in here, it started moving. It started going in the pipe like it was supposed to, instead of running down our driveway. And it followed out the way we wanted it to, which is right here. This is where we want the water to divert to. It's sort of a natural occurring creek bed. We have nothing valuable in there. And so for the water to flow that way is perfect. And once we got that stump cleared out of that overflow pipe, the water poured correctly. And then last night I prayed hard. I said, Father, please, in Yeshua's name, no more rain for us, because it was raining and raining and raining and raining. And it finally stopped around midnight last night. And there may have been a few more little sprinkles, but nothing in the vast numbers that it had been. And then Pastor Joe watched a video that said this particular storm was very odd in that it kept building and getting stronger and stronger. And it covered like Texas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and caused 2 or 3 tornadoes up in Illinois. So this was a heck of a storm. And I don't even really want to look at what happened downstream. I really don't. I showed you the road before this whole rain happened, and it just, I know it's probably going to be bad down there, just a huge ditch off to the one side of our road. And I also don't want to look at the top of our road, because Pastor said it was bad before the rain, and now it's probably going to be worse. I've also got to go fix the fence where the goat pen is. A tree fell through it, and I've got to go down there and get that fixed so I can get the goats all securely back in their pen. This way they can wander all over, and right now they're not wandering up here, but that puts our garden in jeopardy. Here's a happy thing though. I'm looking down in this waterway, which was just roaring last night. It's going to be hard to see them. But right under the surface down in there are tadpoles. They're just hanging out. Let's see, right around in there. I don't know how they didn't get washed downstream. I find that incredible. Anyway, that sets us up for the rest of what we'll be doing today, and hopefully we'll get some sunshine eventually so we can recharge all of our solar stuff. All right, shalom.